Hey, how you doing? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of God Concept. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. It's episode 48. Chilling in the morning. What time is it? It's 6:45, man. You know, they say the early bird gets the worm. In a lot of cases, it's true, right? But really, I don't go to sleep early. I don't go to sleep early. I wake up early. I go to sleep early sometimes. I rest when I want to rest. Because there is no rest for the weary, right? You can't rest all the time when you know what I mean? You can't have the luxury to rest when you got a goal in mind, when you got a mission on your mind. There is no rest for the weary. You got to keep on in there. You got to keep going to work no matter what. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep hustling. You know what I mean? The moment you stop and take a rest, sometimes is the moment where shit all fucks up, where shit don't align right for you. You know, some people say, a man with a dream is dead. And some people also got a stance on that says they'll sleep when they die. Because to be honest with you, we all have a limited amount of time here on this earth. A finite amount of time, if you will. And it's inevitable that this physical body will die. It's inevitable. None of us are immortality. But you have a level of immortality within you that can't be felt by the physical body. Because it's merely physical, but it's tied to something that is immortal as well. I've been on this journey for a while, of discovery and creation and understanding. And what I understand is there's more to be understood. And I understand that I must keep creating. Just like I created children and I got to care for my children, I got to create out of my intellectual property as well and care for those children as well. The physical, the mental, and the spiritual children, it's all connected. It all ties into each other. So while I'm building a legacy for my physical kids, Mark and Autumn, I'm also, building a legacy with my other kids, which is my intellectual property, which is, art, music, books, different little things that I do around the place. But I'm just thankful to be in this new space. I'm not going to lie. It's hard as fuck being in the new space because it's like, all right, I work for myself, so nobody pays me anything but any mind at all. Like I can't just stroll up and ask for a loan from my company or something like that because there's no company. There's me. I have family and friends, and associates and, people that I love that support me, and I support them as well. It's a one hand wash the other, natural reciprocity type thing going on. It's something natural that we had before that's going on. Something that a lot of us, that we're missing now in society that's going on. And a lot of people understand this and a lot of people don't. See, what I do for some people, you'll put a price tag on it. And what some people do for me, many people will put a price tag on that. But, in the process of discovering who you are, you'll be awarded certain, generosities or favors or, awarded certain privileges because you're actually moving the ball forward. You're actually being productive to life itself, to the creation itself by creating more and striving to do that and striving to elevate. You know, a lot of people wonder how can you do or say or feel the way you feel or, have the mindset that you have. And a lot of times it's because it's because you've been through so much. You've been through so much on this journey of self-discovery. And now that you realize your niche or what you want to do, you really don't want to falter from that. You really want to just keep doing that. But in the midst of doing these things that you really want to keep doing, you realize that there's a flip side to doing that. Because anything you create, anything that you father into this world through your intellectual property, through creation, through music, art, culture, books, whatever that is, you got to figure out a way to then deliver it to people. Yeah, you got to deliver it. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. But in this case, it's both. It's delivery and DiGiorno. Because you got to cook that shit and you got to deliver it. How you going to do that? What do I do? You start looking at some people who's been doing it for a while. Look at some people who've been setting examples on, actually, maneuvering in this industry or whatever industry that you find yourself in. Look at some prime examples. For me personally, I look at the greats. You know what I mean? Because I figured I'm doing this on my own, right? When I started doing everything, I started off on my own. Nobody with me, just playing around. Playing around with visions of being very serious about it, right? Even with books. I knew I wanted to write books. I just had to play around with it until I could get serious about it, So that's what I did. I acquired the knowledge to author and print books or whatever and, put my books out there. I also, acquired the knowledge of how to, make music and things like that on the fly, because me, I'm everywhere. I can't help but being everywhere because I'm a helpful person. There's a lot of people I help. There's a lot of people that help me on my journey. So I basically set up everything so I could be as mobile as possible, even with the podcast, with the music, with the game stream, the reviews. I try to set up everything to be as mobile as possible. This way I could constantly keep content flowing and everything. And I could, move about freely and be more creative and expressive. Y'all caught a yawn. Yeah, that was a yawny boy. What was I about to say? Yeah, man, and I've been learning from great people like Pharrell, watching some Pharrell sit-downs and watching some different industry insiders because they deal with the artist and repertoire part of actually making music and things like that. And far as the book part, far as narrations go, I got to get on that too. I got a narration to do on my book. I want to jump into the narration game as well. So I got to get this narration done on Nature's Features and get that out there. It's going to be a great read. I really want to be in a comfortable space when I read this book. That's why I haven't read it yet, because I really want to be in a comfortable space when I read this book. So yeah, me saying that, see, that's what happens to me a lot of times too. Me saying something will take me off my course of thinking, because I don't know what it is. It's just every now and then, I lose thought of what I'm thinking because I have another thought, whatever you want to call it. But that happens to me a lot. So at times, if you notice in my podcast that I pause or I lose a thought, it's because I had another thought that interrupted a thought. That's what happens to me as well, because when you're creative, it's hard to really focus on one thing at one time because you're creating in so many different places and in so many different aspects. And in ways, sometimes you create simultaneously. While you're creating one thing, you don't even notice, but you're creating something else. That happens to me as well. SelectCon 05. I can't wait to go. I'm going to tell you, through United Masters, I've been doing a lot of insight videos. The insight panel videos for United Master. I joined the panel for my recording label, my record label, United Masters. And, you know, I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff at United Masters, not at the actual site, but, you know, through my artist page, I'm able to navigate United Masters and figure out a lot of things and you know, become more business savvy with the music industry, become more business savvy, you know, learn how to properly release music, how to not only just have fun and release this music or record this music, you know, but it's also sitting behind a desk and actually putting your music out there, streaming it, and actually getting your music out there to the populace, you know, getting your ads on social media, you know, setting up the whole artist and repertoire thing. It's a difficult task at times because I never been an A&R. I never A&R'd for anybody but myself. And I have a friend here, you know, not right here sitting with me in the studio right now, but I have a friend. I've had plenty of friends that does music, but I never had a friend, somebody that allowed me to actually dive into their own independent artist profile, their different artist profile, because I'm on a different record label, with a different record label than my friend. Now, what he allowed me to do was, of course, I mean, you know, he wanted me to do what I was doing for myself on his artist page as well, on his artist account. So what I did was, I had him signing and everything, and, we took it slowly, and I slowly looked at his projections, and I looked at where his album was and where it was charting and how long it's been there. And I also looked at where it was streaming at and all this stuff. And, we put together a cohesive system, of how he can constantly keep his streaming revenue growing, and keep his music growing and keep his, because see, with this is like you want to be shown appreciation. But all the times, some people, some of the fans, they don't show appreciation a lot. You can't talk to them personally one-on-one and see what type of effect you had in their life. So what shows appreciation is actually what an A&R does, an artist and repertoire. Because when you artists, I'm an artist too, but when you artists want to feel appreciated, sometimes you can't look at a fan. Sometimes look, men lie, women lie, numbers don't fucking lie. Bottom line. That's what you're doing as an A&R. You're showing an artist that you're producing numbers for them. One way or another, you're producing numbers for them. You're getting streams, you're getting clicks, you're getting likes. You got their music generating. You're setting up streaming parties. You're promoting them on social media. You're doing this, you're doing that. And, that's actually going to get them, get them streams out there, get them more fans and get them more, out in the open so people could experience that music. But sometimes it's a hard journey going from 0 to 100, you know what I mean? And that's why you have guys out there like A&Rs and things of that nature, Really, there is no tip or secret to the industry. Like, they always try to tell you that it's the Illuminati, this and that. You know, it's not no Illuminati and none of that type of shit. It's hard work, perseverance. Yeah, it may be a little, you know, secret society going on there. But the secret is to the society is that they've built something and did something in the midst of, you know, anybody thinking that they can't do it. You know, even as far as gatekeepers. I mean, what you want is, okay, you believe in gatekeepers. Now I could call myself a gatekeeper. Right? I could technically call myself a gatekeeper now because I could A&R myself out of here. You know what I mean? You know, if I wanted to be a hater, technically, I could figure out ways of, you know, reverse engineering all this shit. Because that's what, you know, that's what A&Rs do. They figure out all this type of shit on these computers. You see, or even if they don't reverse engineer, what they'll do is stop allowing an artist to stream and things like that. And this is what they do. This is how they blackball you out the industry. You know, this is what they, you know, and not only that, we kind of blackball ourselves out the industry, to be honest with you. A lot of people, I was watching Boondocks earlier with my comrade, and you know, they had this rap on there, Thugnificent. And I mean, he did, listen, he wanted to rap, he did this, he had the house, he had the jury, he had this and that, and he lost everything. Because he had a team that was spending more than they was made. His team, shit, the nigga working at fast food restaurant was doing more. He bought albums. So technically he bought albums for Thugnificent. But at the same time, he disrespecting him. He should have put that boy behind the computer somewhere to generate streams and shit, to generate, you know, social media buzz, to you know what I mean, get his shit out there in front of the fans. That's what you need. A lot of people need a team. What I had to do, man, I had to figure out how to be the complete team for myself before I could, you know, really be on anybody else's team or help anybody else out. You know, what I had to do was figure out where I fit in all of this shit. You know, I'm an army of one. I could do all this shit, you know, and that's what I'm doing. I'm, you know, right now I'm doing all this shit, and I'm trying to manifest all this because it's for my legacy, to be honest with you. It's for my kids. Everything I do is for my kids. Everything is for the kids. So it's for that legacy that I'm leaving, but it's also for me. It's also to show myself like, yo, you don't got to work for nobody. You could have did this all your life. Like, you know what I mean? You just got to believe, you got to build it, and you got to have the drive and the will. And to be honest with you, even if you had the drive and the willpower, sometimes people look back and they say, oh, well, I don't got no money. I got to go back and do this because I don't got no fucking money, da-da-da. But you got to persevere through all that broke shit. Because if $1 could change the heart and mind of a person, what is really the value of that heart and mind? You know, that's how you got to equate things. You don't get to just go back to your old life and say, you know what, fuck my dreams. I'm going to keep doing this because it makes me money. You don't get to do that. I mean, you do get to do that, but then you fail. You know, sometimes it's designed for you to fail, and it's designed to push you out there so that way you can see what you got, or somebody else could touch your goal or see what you know what I mean, are capable of. You know, I wanted to get out there. I prepared myself. And when it was time and I was pushed out there, I flapped my fucking wings and I kept flying. In spite of anybody thinking that I couldn't. And that's what I'm doing. You know? Yeah. Nature's Features. The book is out. It's doing well. I'm dropping an audiobook soon. My music is on all streaming platforms. It's doing well. I'm still pushing it, running the numbers up on those projects. I'm excited because, like I said, I've been working with, new friends, new comrades, new associates, and what we're doing is building something cohesive. Where we can all, make, make good, decent living off this thing. Really, I don't have to do much. They could do this shit themselves as long as they got time to do it. To be honest with you, it's just something that I noticed that I want to, give other artists that I, respect and shit like that. I want to give them this tool so they could, do their thing with it. Some might use it and be like, oh man, this shit don't work. Some people might use this tool or this knowledge that I got and be like, oh man, this shit is the truth. I see how I was bumping everything up and I was doing. Some people get it, some people don't. What can you do about that? I am going to SelectCon. I'll be in New York, October 14th. Going to SelectCon to meet with Steve Stout. Rub shoulders with Steve Stout and David O. And, Takesha. It's a bunch of people on here, man. SelectCon. It's going down at the terminal in New York. Gonna go over there, talk to my label owner. You know what I mean? I like shit like that. I really admire Steve Stout and everything that he put together. Because to be honest with you, man, I was looking into the independent artist thing, man. I looked into TuneCore. I looked into a lot of different Jones, DistroKid, CD Baby, and different ones like that. And I was like, damn, who, you know what I mean? Everybody know I'm on master. So, you know what I mean? You out there, you know what that means. I'm on master. So when I seen Steve Stout had the company United Master, I did my homework a little bit, just a little bit. I ain't had to do too much homework. I just this might be the right choice for me because I didn't want to start releasing music or start having projects. I mean, where I started releasing music is where I was making music first. On my phone and everything, I didn't have studio time and shit like that because people always made it seem like it was, such an extravagant expense, studio time. I'm like, who the fuck really needs a studio if you got talent, if you could sing, if you really got it, you don't really need a studio. The only reason you would need a studio is for somebody to push the buttons and produce and shit like that, But where the fuck was I going? See, I did it again. It's early in the morning. I smoked a little weed. I'm high as shit. Y'all gotta forgive me. But yeah, I'm going to SelectCon to rub shoulders with Steve Stout, man. I sent the video yesterday. They send you emails and things like that. They asked me a few questions, and they wanted me to video record my response. So I sat here, in the studio and made the video and sent the response and everything like that. So I'm still waiting to see what comes of those videos. They're pretty good, pretty dope videos, man. Pretty dope responses. A Q&A session, if you will, virtual Q&A session, because this is the wave. This is the way everything is being documented. This is the future. There's no knock on the door. I gotta meet such and such. Nowadays, everybody can meet you directly through your phone. It's your portal to other people. So after I did the video, the very next day I get the email about the SelectCon, about the independent artists global meeting or whatever. Global, I never been to one, so I'm excited. I'm super fucking excited. It's the 14th, Terminal 5 in New York. Shit. It's going to be exciting, man. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to take pictures and hobnob and rub shoulders with, you know what I mean, just like-minded people, like-minded individuals that'll really give me more motivation to keep growing and keep going forward with this thing. You know, the motivation is there anyway. I'm going to do it regardless. But, you know, when you actually get some inside information, when you actually get to sit down with somebody, when they actually get to tell you that they appreciate your music, you know what I mean? When you get to have your music heard and look into the eyes of David O and Steve Stout, you know, you get to play your music and look these people in the eyes while they nod their head and look at you and say, oh, yeah, this joint nice, you know? That appreciation, man. You're a part of that, you know, that culture, that appreciation, you know? And I'm taking my books with me, too. Get live on their ass. Yeah, I'm taking my books with me, too. We will have books available at SelectCon Terminal 5 in New York. I will have books available. Nature's Feature will be in the fucking building. So, I had the books over there with me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to have some other type of merchandise. You know? Talk to somebody, see if they want me to wear any merchandise over there in their clothing line. I mean, wear their clothing line over there. I wear my clothing line, wear their clothing line over there. I mean, I don't want one. All I know is this shit gonna be popping. It's gonna be fun as hell. They're gonna have a bunch of independent artists performing. Fuck, I might perform. They don't got my name on the ticket, but nigga, I might perform over there. They hear my shit? I might perform something over there at SelectCon. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna fuck the stage up too. They want me to perform? I'm gonna fuck the stage up. As soon as they call me out, Mr. Pagan. Up next, performance, Mr. Pagan. Cause I'm gonna get there early as shit. When tickets say early bird, I'm gonna be there setting up the fucking stage with him, I promise you. Yeah, I'm a workaholic. You can't invite me to SelectCon and not think I'm coming there to have fun and work and show my ass. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come there and come to New York, Terminal 5. I'm showing my ass. Make sure I got some good footwear on. Make sure I'm wearing a crazy ass leg. And I'm be coming over there ready to play. Crazy ass leg, I'm coming over there, I'm ready to play, goddammit. This shit gonna be live. I'm gonna be with my coworkers. You know how long it's been? You know how long it's been since I was able to say that I was amongst my fucking coworkers? I ain't get to say no shit like that since I left SEPTA. When I left SEPTA, I couldn't say I was amongst coworkers and shit. I mean, I've been working with people, but I ain't been amongst coworkers. I come to SelectCon, I'm coming to meet my coworkers. They gonna meet Cuz from Philly. Damn right. That's this thing about. You know what I mean? I want to have my card set up too. I want to have the QR card set up that promote the books and the music on there. Yeah, it's a combination of everything that I'm doing, man. It's gonna come out well. I might get those flyers printed out as soon as possible too. ASAP. Yeah. Yeah, I'm over there working, man. I'm still brainstorming. Storming Norman. But look, I appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you for checking out the podcast. Thank you for checking out the music. Thank you for checking out the books. Thank you for checking out me, period. I mean, you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with me. And I appreciate that. Or you could have been anywhere in the world this morning, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. I mean, this is Mr. Pagan. This is Mr. Pagan. This has been your episode of God's Concept. Over and out. Peace.